proceed to presidentially blow up. I'm switching lanes and sipping drink, the music up, my speakers bang. She knows the fuck I hit the blunt and I forgot to show up.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, returning for his second episode of the Perspective Podcast, representing the east side of Houma, Louisiana, founder, leader, captain, flagship artist of No Help Records, gearing up for his sixth official album titled Jalen versus Everybody, set to release later on this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Quinn.
Yo, what's happening? What's going on, bro? You all right?
I'm good. How you doing today, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, brother.
Good, man. Good.
Blessed, like you said earlier, man. Another 10 toes down, another day, bro.
10 toes down, man. It's always a blessing, man, especially in these times. COVID, monkeypox, you know what I'm saying? Regular flu, shit crazy around here, right?
Real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So last time we chopped it up, you were actually getting ready for a versus battle that took place back then. So kind of just fill us in from that versus battle to current day. Then we're gonna get into the album a bit.
Man, just to highlight the versus battle, bro, that was a very fire event because nothing happened like that in Houma before. You know what I'm saying? We was the first to do a versus battle, and it was with another well-respected artist of the area, man, 1200 Slim. Very, very established, you know what I mean? Always on road, always on go, on Shade 45 and all this other shit. Got an extensive catalog, you know what I'm saying? So we made that work. I went in the event as the underdog, which is first for me, you know, being that it's my city type shit. So, like, I think I only had like 8 people in my corner. And everybody else in the building was Slim, which is cool because I like situations like that because now, all right, it's not biased. Now I really got to work. You know what I'm saying?
And you earn new fans.
Needless to say, I earned those fans, my brother.
There you go.
Needless to say. But, man, after that, man, did a couple of other gigs, man. I had a show last year on my birthday at the Intercoastal Club that was pretty big. We had other gigs too, but that was a more memorable one. Hit the House of Blues a couple times with Luke Julian. And then Hurricane Ida, bro, which kind of put us in a restart period, you know. But yeah, man, we lost the shed. Had to reestablish a new headquarters, which was, you know, that's where I'm at right now. And I guess this is the new shed, you know.
Yeah.
But got a building. Too. Actually have a building now, you know what I'm saying? That we, you know, with a bathroom and air conditioning and, you know, closed doors and shit like that, you know, security.
It's not the sweatbox no more.
What? Oh, no, man. Shit. Hey, bro. Let me tell you, nigga, you ain't work until you worked in the shed, bro. You ain't work, but them summers were brutal. And look, just like them summers, nigga, them winters was brutal as well, bro. Man, dog, me and Luke Julian did Best in the City during the winter. And being that we both worked and he was in New Orleans, only time we had to work was after dark. So, man, after dark in November, December, January, February, oh my God.
Listen, people don't understand. People be like, oh, y'all from Louisiana. Like, y'all don't understand what cold is and shit like that. Be like, boy, listen up. Y'all, especially, y'all by the water. My town, where I'm currently recording from, we are River City. So the Red River run right through our city. You know what I'm saying? But it get down to the 30s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Up here where I'm from. And even just still being down there, that breeze roll off that water, it ain't no joke.
Hell nah, bro. I seen a video of a chick from Alaska saying that now she was in Georgia, but I ain't spent too much time in Georgia, but what she was saying, you know, is humid. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like here. And she was saying she would much rather winter in Alaska than here because it's snow and shit out there, but it's dry. Like what it is, what it is. If they say it's 40 degrees or 30 degrees, that's what it is. But out here, it'll be like 60, or it'll be 50 degrees and it'll feel like 30 just because the water in the air. It should get to your bones. Like it's like 50 degrees out here, and then 50 degrees north is different. Is really way different.
It's two different. So, it's two different.
Yeah,
it's two different joints. It's two
people
different joints.
About that humidity, dog. That's like, man, you be wet. Like when your body is wet, and then you stand in front of like the AC, like you fresh out the shower, you're gonna be way more colder. You know what I'm saying? Just cause you wet.
Yeah.
Room ain't even gotta be that cold.
Yeah, it don't even have to be like that. But yeah, like you say, the shed is definitely one of those places where you know what I'm saying, you earn your stripes as you know what I'm saying, general captain. You know what I'm saying? You earn.
Yeah, man, shit. Man, that's the symbol of No Help Records, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the stamp, bro. That's how I came up with the name because I was doing everything with no help. You know, recording, producing, everything. Yeah.
So let's kind of back up a little bit. You said there was a show at the Intercoastal, and that was your birthday gig. That was a show that I pulled up to, and that was in Houma, right? That was like right by the bridge.
That was
right?
on the east side. That was right on the edge of the east side.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that, man.
That was right. Yeah,
that was a good one. So go ahead. Just explain to the folks about that one.
Shit. I was just gonna say, man. I never did a show for my birthday. I would always be doing things around that time, like music oriented, but never on the actual day.
Yeah.
And you know, man, it was something different, man. It was definitely, I'd much rather have a show than just a regular little birthday dinner, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Much rather it be, if it's gonna be something, it's gonna be, you know, music oriented. You know, that was another payday. It ain't about the money, but that's a bonus too. You know what I'm saying? That's birthday money.
Money helps. Money always helps. Money always helps. Money always helps.
Money always helps. Real talk. For real, man.
Yeah, most definitely. And then
man, it was
And then so from Intercoastal, there was the House of Blues show. Now House of Blues, it's a stamp nationwide. So just paint the picture for the people that, you know what I'm saying, may not have seen House of Blues, and this is House of Blues in New Orleans. So
yes, sir.
Legendary space.
Well, so it was two different times that we were in there. The first time was an event that Conform was tied to. There was a part of a fashion show, and being Luke, that, you know, he's the main artist for Conform, so he performed, you know what I'm saying, he slid up in there, did his thing, and I was featured on one of the songs in his set. And further on in the year, I want to say that was in November. I know it was after the storm hit, because we were all just seeing each other again for the first time. Mm-hmm. And that was a show with me, him, and another New Orleans artist, Flighters. We had split the stage three-way, and DJ Rap On. Right. We had did our thing, split the stage. That was very fire because that was happening at the same time as an Isaiah Rashad concert.
That's crazy.
So everybody, that was very fire. He was in the main hall and we was in the back, and they had directed the traffic from him to leave, like to come through our show.
Come on.
So we had a couple of people pass through and stay. You know what I'm saying? Ended up having two good nights.
There you go. Like you say, new ears, new fans.
Yeah, for real, man. That was really dope, man. That was a good way to close the year. And then in December, I left it out earlier, man. But I just remembered, man, we did that thing in Houston, where that you was at too.
Oh over there at the All Hustle No Luck studio over there with Ray.
Yes, sir. That was like December 6th, I think. That was like the top of December. But that was I think that was the last event that we had that year. So that was a very cool way, man. That was a very cool way to I guess tie the year up, you know what I'm saying? I know we did a lot of expanding last year. Now that I'm saying it out loud, you know, we definitely touched a lot of new audiences.
Especially after the storm too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
after
right.
the storm, and that's even more, like you say, because a lot of folks, a lot of record companies, a lot of people, they just folded. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into something that you said on one of these records here later on, and how you considered, you know what I'm saying, hanging it up. But
yeah.
But so let's just, well, while we're here, let's just kind of dive into the album a bit, titled Jalen versus Everybody. Why the name, and just like where we at with it? Do we feel like it's like we put the boxing gloves on and we knocking niggas off one by one? Like is it?
Well, I start by saying that the album is dropping in November. That's it's forthcoming. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
But I called it that, bro. I mean, that's kind of like the premise of all my music. Like kind of like my whole brand in general, kind of like do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say versus everybody, I definitely don't have any kind of ill intent. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not singling nobody out or saying that I'm about to make people my enemies. It's just, you know, you're creative and you work for yourself. So I'll just put it in perspective. It's, you know, you got the perspective pie, bro. And I know there was times in the beginning where it might have seemed like it was just you. Like you was the only one listening to your shit. And you was the only one really spending real time and focus on it, right? So when you feel like that, you know, it's damn near Marty versus everybody. Cause fuck, if you ain't gonna do it, if you ain't gonna get this shit off the ground, it ain't gonna happen. So that's kind of like, you know, like I said, I kind of always, that's my whole brand, you know what I'm saying? But just another iteration of it. On a personal level, I was really feeling like I was by myself in a lot of areas. As far as like promotion or just creating the music in general, you know what I mean? I felt like if I was gonna wait on other people to get shit done for me, then it wasn't gonna get done. Right. So you know what I mean? I was also in a transition of putting more things in my own hands again. You know what I mean? Instead of you know, outsourcing. Because people you know what I'm saying? People gonna do what they can. You know what I mean? But nobody's gonna be as passionate as you.
Church.
You know? So with that being said, bro, sometimes you gotta overstep the job that you gave other people or overstep their expectations and just handle the shit yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like with like sounds and visuals and things like that. Like you got your image. And I understand what you mean whenever you try and, because first of all, like your creation, your brain, baby, like that's your thought. And I'm not sure how you feel about it, but sometimes it's hard for me to share and to trust people with them seeing my vision with it too, and making it look like how I vision it in my head. So I definitely do understand. And so, and I remember like whenever we first chopped it up, you said that a lot of the music that you do, you produce it, you record it, you mix it, you do everything yourself. So was that kind of like going back to the basics, if you will, with this one as well? Yeah,
I will say this. I'm not the only producer on my project. I did produce the most songs.
Mm-hmm.
But of course I got T-Steez on it. And we also have our other producer and DJ, Buck Fassetti. He had also produced one track. So not completely by myself. And I also another thing, I had this engineered by somebody else rather than me doing it myself. Okay. My another member of the team, Christian Hutton, he is an artist and an engineer. My man's pretty much produced and mastered. I mean, he engineered and mastered the whole album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He on the album a couple of times too, man. But you know, you can pretty much say he executive produced it. I guess that's the term, that's the terminology.
Okay,
But
that's perfect.
he had
And
he
we
had
need
his
to hear
hands on
more
it
from
too.
him too.
Yeah, right. Right. Nah, he coming, man. He coming. For sure.
Perfect. So yeah, so let's just kind of dive in. So this is your first album or full body project since 2021, which was released in December of 21, according to title. And so the first record on here is titled Choices, featuring the artist TWA. And it's, I'm not sure, like I'm not gonna like try and say too much, but it's one of those monologues, like an interlude, like a stage setter, like a curtain opener, if you will. And so just was that written by you? Was that written by her? Like how did that record come about, and how did that relationship come about?
I've been knowing TWA forever. I've been knowing her for a long time, actually. She helped me get into the House of Blues and Warehouse Live in Houston. She helped me get into both of those gigs in 2017. You know, and that was right when I started taking music serious. I've been rapping my whole life, but for me to be like, I'm gonna do this for a living, I was 2017, and that year she helped me for sure. She for sure helped my career jumpstart by getting me in them situations. For sure, man. But she wrote that herself. She does spoken word. I mean, she raps herself. She's a rapper as well. But I really wanted her to do some spoken word, man, because she really got away with that.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, I wanted to immediately set the tone of the album by opening up with that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to really be on it at all. Just that feel, man. It's gonna give you that feel, almost like, all right, we ain't playing games this time. And not to say we ever was, but you know what I mean? It's like I wanted to feel like for the people that play sports, man, like before you step on the field, like, you know what I'm saying, that leading moment right before the team busts through the paper.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, that the cheerleaders holding up and shit. That moment y'all walking up the hallway into the arena, you know what I'm saying? Onto the field. And y'all just, you know, you just read it. You know you about to murder something tonight. You know what I mean?
She's got she got a perfect bar up in there that says it's like a, and the name of this intro record is titled Choices. And it's a perfect like bar up in there. She says it's a line between the Joker and the Batman is choices. And she's got so much more up in there. And it's like dog, like it's a perfect tone setter. It's a perfect tone setter. It's a perfect curtain opener. This is a 12 record album. I personally like eight records off of here. So great percentage off top. So why 12 records? And were you trying to condense a lot of things, because we know how like people's attention span is a bit shorter nowadays, but whenever it comes to music. But was it like 12 records intentionally, or was it difficult to like chop a few records down, or how did that go about?
Man, 12 is the most I'll put on a project. I think so far. I usually do EPs. Mm-hmm. So I felt like I was not pushing a boundary. How could I say this? I wanted to give more, I guess you could say. And I also intend on pushing this for a minute. Like, of course, I'm gonna still be making records. Yeah. But as far as like full body projects, it might be a little minute before I do drop one, because I put a lot of time and effort into this album, and you know, with these 12 songs, and I wanna make sure it doesn't fall on deaf ears. You know what I mean? This is gonna be something I'm gonna be taking my time with. So I feel like 12 songs, that's a good like this will hold you for a little bit rather than the usual 5 or 6 songs that I'll drop.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Next up on the list is Put Myself On, featuring Christian, which we just spoke about.
Yes, sir.
And so it's 2 bars in particular here that really just stick out to me. It says, gotta give niggas incentives when building a brand. So whenever you building from a foundation up, do you feel like it's harder for people to just buy in or believe and things of that nature unless it's like they get something out of it, so say?
Of course. Yeah. You know, you got people in this world that's gonna do things for the greater good and out the kindness of their heart. But like, let's keep it a buck. If everybody on their own mission, on their own personal come up, you know what I'm saying? You might not have the time to extend your heart and do something out of the love for somebody. But if you got a resource that's valuable, you know what I mean? Your time is only worth so much. You know what I mean? It ain't free. It shouldn't be free, especially if you got other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like that, bro. Because I mean, I'm gonna do shit out the kindness from my heart for a select group of people. But you know what I mean? I'm a barber, man. I don't cut everybody hair for free.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, you might need me on to help you with your appearance because you about to get this little job interview or some shit. And I feel you need me, and of course I'm gonna help you out, man. But I need something for my time. You know what I'm saying? I apply that to music too. I don't want to say everybody got a price. No, I don't want to say that at all. But everybody's worth something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's got to be a fair trade because our time is our inventory.
It got to be a fair trade, right? It got to be a fair trade, man. That's not even a negative. I ain't even say it in a negative light. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, cause it's true, bro. Like just like you said, man, there's a fair trade to everything for real.
Next up in that record, you also say you might want to switch up your approach if you're going to try to expand. It's really about supply and demand. And so just with your, have you ever had to look in the mirror and like switch up some things that you had to do, or was this kind of like just kind of like from a overview of other people? Because folks get stuck in the mud, we get stuck in the mud. So what were some of the things that you had to change up?
The way I work, I was to not give such a long-winded answer. I'll say that my process of making music, I felt like it was too long. Like I was spending too much time on one song. So instead of writing everything, I would get in the booth and start stacking. Like that song in particular, I didn't write. Only thing I wrote was the hook. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like that song was in the moment. I got a couple of songs like that. And that helped with my output. You know what I mean? For sure. You said look in the mirror, like only moment I had like that for real was me getting more in touch with my spirituality and my relationship with God. I feel like that's something that I kind of had to like, bro, ain't nothing gonna happen like unless you stop putting so much faith in yourself and start giving that same faith to God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's as far as like a moment like that. You know what I mean? When you say look in the mirror, I feel like that's like kind of deep.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But as far as moments like that, I feel like that's like kind of the only ones I've had as far as being in relation to my life and my artistry. So yeah, man, I definitely had to make a couple of changes in order to make some shit shake for sure.
Absolutely. And once again, Christian is featured on this record. Christian, I know you're gonna listen to this back, even if Christian is somewhere around, you know what I'm saying, up in the new office. Christian, we need that new music. We need that new music. And
he coming, bro. He coming for sure. He got some shit for sure.
Then another record that stands out is Only Us, produced by yourself. I know that, and this was a leading single, if you will. And I love that cover art that came from that, because that was actually from the All Hustle No Luck location that we spoke about in December of 21. And so in this record here, you also say, tired of asking niggas what's the next move just to get a shoulder shrug. And boy, when I tell you,
hey, for real though, right?
I'm sick. I'm sick of niggas giving me shoulder shrugs. Don't even come around me with shoulder shrugs no more, because I'm liable to flash out.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, don't act like you know.
And don't come around me no more if you don't have no type of vision. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of people like to just be around. You know what I mean? Don't be around.
For real, because it look good. Yeah, like have a role to play, man. Be some kind of benefit. Be of some kind, and that kind of ties into that incentive thing. Don't just be around for nothing. You got to be contributing something to be around. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Really.
And then I also just kind of note that I feel like that's a bar that comes from, you know what I'm saying, like hunting a new level. And it's another level, and like I just said, like other people, they just don't see it. They don't see the vision, and they just want to be around for the look, or they want to be around for the popularity, or they want to be around for things that could be to come. Don't stand next to me unless you got something to push this whole thing forward. To, you know what I'm saying? If the car break down, we run out of gas, you know the gas light on. You might not have 5 or 6 in your pocket, but shit, you gonna get out and you gonna help me push this motherfucker, or you gonna, you know what I'm saying, be like, man,
you gonna push. You gonna push. Yeah, real talk.
Straight up. Then also
I feel that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and then also my favorite joint here on this album, one of my favorite joints for sure, it's Invest in Me, featuring Vez. So just speak about just how this record came together, and speak about your relationship with Vez as he's also under the No Help roof umbrella.
So I tell Vez this all the time, but that's most of the people on the label I've been knowing like for the greater part of my life. Like childhood, Vest was definitely one of those people. You know what I mean? Rode the bus together and shit. So with that being said, man, a lot of he older than me, so a lot of things about rap that I learned early was through him. Like he taught me how to write a full verse, like 16 bars. Before that, I was just writing everything that came to my mind. It would be sometimes it would be short, sometimes it would be long, but it would never be structured. You know what I mean? He was the first person like, this is the length of a verse. Like, you know, you got your verse, you got your hook, you got your second verse, you got your bridge. That was Vest. So just a little history with that. Anytime we link creatively, whether it be music or on a video, it always be fire. It's always organic. It's always funny. It's always fun. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. Like we talk every week, catch up on the phone, make sure it's just straight. You know, aside from the music. You know what I'm saying? Just a little backstory about that. How the song came about. I was actually waiting on him. I was over here waiting on him to pull up to shoot the video for Only Us, because he shot that video. So I'm waiting on him to pull up, and I actually gave him that beat for him. I made that for him like a week and a half prior to that. But I'm sitting in the studio waiting on niggas to pull up, waiting on him and Christian. Waiting on both of them to pull up, and I'm, bored. Get on the computer, let me see what I can do. Kill the time right quick, and I pulled the beat up, and I ain't even hit him up. I ain't even tell him. I waited till he got to the studio to tell him I have to take the beat back. But I started the verse, and I didn't write it. I got it in the boot, man. I just felt it. You know what I'm saying? I felt it, bro. So I did my thing. We shot the video, dipped out, and I think that following week we finished it. And yeah, man, invest in me. Took forever to come up with that hook. For real.
So Only Us came out. Was that? I believe that was last month. Was that yeah, that was last month that record came out. So like how long has that record actually like been complete, like done? So that might have been done maybe early April, you think? Maybe prior to that?
Nah, I think I did Only Us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Invest in Me. So how long was that record done?
Invest in Me?
Yeah.
Probably like late April.
Okay.
Like my birthday is April 24th, and I think we started Invest in Me before my birthday. So it might have been like late April that we actually had the song and stuff done. But yeah, that was one of the later songs that I made for the album.
Straight up.
Like towards the end of it.
Another joint on here, Act Like You Know, featuring my dog Hendrix.
My boy.
And so me and Hendrix, we go back quite some time. Actually he's another guest that I gotta get on here pretty soon. But so this is a record that has a sample in it. How do you go about picking a sample and just digging through the crate? You know what I'm saying? Just finding like the perfect sample for what's to come.
Usually crate dances, I ain't gonna lie, I heard that on TikTok. You know, it was trending. And I like gospel music. I like old gospel music too. So I went back and I found an actual song to hear what that little part on TikTok came from, and ended up making something out of it. For sure. It wouldn't even my intention to look at it at first. You know what I'm saying? Ended up getting something out of that. Man.
There you go.
For sure. And I was just saying the premise of the music made me think about Hendrix. Like that was his bag. You know what I'm saying? Or that's what I feel is his bag.
Yeah.
So I hit him up about it.
Definitely. And speak about the relationship with Hendrix and how y'all's relationship came about, and just how good of friends are y'all? You know what I mean?
First of all, man, I see Hendrix as my mentor or one of my mentors in music. In life in general, man. You know, he like a older brother. If I was to have one, he used to manage me. He used to manage me in the like late 2018 and all of 2019. He managed me up until the end. Up until well, not even the end, man. Up until mid 2019, because No Help Records also started in 2019. So yeah, man. We had a management situation going, you know, and life put us on different paths. But we stayed in touch, you know what I'm saying? That's somebody I go to for advice. And just he an overall good person, man. Like he's very knowledgeable and he's honest.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? He not gonna give you no sugar-coated answer if you ask him a question. And he always drop gems. Definitely. Always.
Definitely. And then also up in there, you say that you had a line about TikTok. And you know what I'm saying? Like your lack of TikTok dances or just, you know, TikTok trends and stuff like that. It doesn't take away from like stage presence or lack of increase in fan bases and things of that nature. Now, before you answer this, I'll let you know I personally hate TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. It's going crazy, but I understand the marketing to it. My mom's got a TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And like and so how do you feel about the industry and like how it seems like a lot of how can I say, the powers that be are pushing the TikTok agenda, like you gotta have a dance or you gotta have you know what I'm saying, you got to have some type of cha-cha slide, you know what I'm saying, so you can, so it all connects. Like, how you feel about the TikTok wave?
I mean, I feel like I don't dislike TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm not on it as an artist though. That's the one app that I got that I'm really like a consumer on. My girl always be in my ear about how I should start putting shit on there because, you know, it'll do what it do. But I feel like, I don't know. I like funny videos, bro. I like learning shit. That's why I'll be on there. I don't really be caring about my music being on there much. Feel like that's like trying to, as like an artist trying to grab the younger crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever they go for putting their music on TikTok, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. My lady does the same thing. Like she send me all type of like, because my lady's trying to get me to go vegan. Which I'm not opposed to it, you know what I mean? But she sends me like, oh, like look at this recipe and look at everything between. So I mean, I definitely do understand like you say, it's more of like a learning tool and a marketing tool as well.
Yeah, bro. What I was gonna say too, is that, like I said, it's not a bad thing, you know what I mean, for an artist to direct their music for TikTok only, bro. But like, it's that ain't gonna be people be looking for the streamlined way to the top. And just because you see other people going crazy on TikTok don't mean it's gonna apply to you. You know what I mean? So if that's not like your comfort zone, like of course we gotta go outside of our comfort zone for anything if we want shit to shake. But like, I'm not saying you gotta have your TikTok popping. You know what I mean? I'm sure it'll help. You know what I mean? But like, you don't gotta break your neck for TikTok, man. Like that's I don't know. That's just me. That's how I feel. I'm sure they got people that disagree. So my girl will disagree. But I mean, I'm a consumer, man. I like laughing at shit, bro. I'll say the TikTok rap shit for them TikTok rappers. You know what I'm saying? For niggas that solely do it for TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them.
Yeah. I'm not one of them. Straight up. Straight up.
Yeah.
And so now this leads us into
I fuck with it, but my bad. I was done. Yeah, my bad, bro.
Okay. Straight up. And so then this one here, this leads us into the record Ida. And this is more like a declaration, like a ventilation record, following your return home from Hurricane Ida. So first off, when Hurricane Ida hit, where did you and your loved ones where did y'all dip out to? Because that was a whole situation, you know. And so,
yeah, man, Ida was something that nobody expected, for sure. Everybody, first of all, I ain't hear about the storm till like 2 or 3 days before it hit.
sure.
Like, I swear, man, one of the homies on the label hit the group like, where y'all going for the hurricane? Most of us like, where hurricane? Come to find out, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, originally, me and my girl, we was gonna stay. We was gonna stay at home. We had got everything together. We got all our supplies or whatever. But again, we going in with the mindset that this is gonna be a little tropical storm like it's been for the past couple of years. They talk about how it might be bad on the news, but it'll never be that bad. So you're just gonna thug it out. I've been thugging it out the past couple of years. You know what I mean? And like the day before the storm hit, man, my mom's had kind of like, bruh, you gotta go. I ain't saying like my mom's brother, grandma, and the immediate family, they all went. My aunt and the rest of my immediate family, they all went to Houston. My girl and I, we went to Shreveport. So they had already, they didn't leave yet. But my mom was like, "Stay, man, but you gotta make a move. Y'all gotta do something because this thing supposed to be bad." You know what I mean? And then we still was like, "Nah, we gonna be straight." But early in the morning, my girl sister had hit up like, "Bro, I'm going to Shreveport. Fuck what they talk. Fuck what everybody else talking about. I'm gone." You know what I'm saying? And that kind of put a fire under my girl. So that morning, bro, it was like Saturday morning, like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, something like that. But we got our stuff, got our clothes together for a couple of days, granted. Not like how not how it was, but just for the weekend. Got our clothes together, got some shit, dipped out. Watched the fucking storm hit home on Facebook Live the next morning, smacked us, bro. Smacked the shit out of us. Next thing I know, we out there 2 weeks. Crazy. And when we came home, after that, we couldn't even come here because my house at the time that was damaged for the storm. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, roof caved in. Yeah, bro. I had flooding. Yeah, dog. My shit, my crib flooded a little bit. Yeah, bro. So I couldn't go back there, and there wasn't any power at my girl apartment. So we had got with her family members. So I was living with people for 2 more weeks that I really didn't even know like talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation, but I got a job out of that. You know what I mean? They helped me get on my feet. You know what I'm saying? So definitely wasn't a bad situation. I was blessed. I'm talking like, of course bad things happen, bro, but I was extremely blessed the entire time, man. I ain't have to worry about where I was gonna lay my head. I ain't have to worry about food to eat. I ain't have to ever worry about none of that, dog. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God. So yeah, of course it was bad that it happened. Of course I felt horrible going through it, but I can say now, dog, in retrospect, I was blessed. Yeah. Definitely had it better than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So just reflecting, man, it was a strange month. I think it was like a month and a half. I never came back to my crib at you know what I'm saying, by the way. I ended up just moving in another crib, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's because y'all took a straight shot. Like y'all in Grand Isle, y'all took a direct shot. Like, am I right?
Dog, they got people out here that's still homeless.
Wow. And we coming up on a year in a minute. Like, wow.
For real. They still got, man, they got like the air base out here. It's like for the people that don't know, the air base is like this old military. It was an old air base that got turned into a park. You know what I'm saying? And bro, they got a gazebo in the back of the park that people have events at, and I was scoping it out for some shit like 2 weeks ago, and can't do nothing back there because they got FEMA trailers under it's all lined up with FEMA trailers. It's crazy.
Damn.
Or not even FEMA trailers, but the RV that they give you.
Yeah, like an RV
for them situations. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's very crazy.
I definitely I remember stuff like that. Like whenever like going back to 2005 when Rita hit and then Katrina backdoored. I remember because a lot of people from South Louisiana, they came up, and dog, I remember we got a Coliseum here in the town, and literally the Coliseum is normally only full for the fair, or unless it's like somebody's coming to perform, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. That particular moment in time, both sides of the Coliseum parking lot were filled with nothing but trailers, generators, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. And then, so you saying that was pretty much like a month and a half, just being displaced.
Yeah, man, I was out here that night. Now that was my personal experience. Like, you know what I'm saying, before things got kind of normal. Cause I think I mentioned this in the last interview, but I'm a barber. I think I did say that. And the shop that I was cutting in got looted. All my clippers got stolen. So
that's fucked up.
I had to restart. Yeah, bro. It was wild. And it was like, man, you know, thinking back on it, bro, all I could do is ask the question, you know. So for the most part, man, a barber's clippers is corded, right? They got the cords go in the wall. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got cordless clippers, but for the most part, everybody should plug in, right?
That's a fact.
So Homer ain't have power for like as a whole for like 2 months. So my question was, what the hell they was about to do with some clippers that don't even work without a generator? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you steal some shit that ain't even gonna work? Who you gonna sell it to? You selling the shit. Who gonna want some secondhand clippers?
Secondhand clippers. Thank you. That's the part where
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just asking all these questions. Like, you know what I mean? You know, you could kind of imagine the kind of person that stole that would steal some type of shit. I ain't gonna speak too much on that.
Dirtbag.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that made me mad because it was pointless. Like, and not to mention, man, I had a pair of clippers from my mentor that passed away in 2020.
We talked about the dedication.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I can't get that back. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. Like I said, it was about a month and a half before I started getting a little normality in my life again. But that was just my personal experience, bro. They got people out here that's still going through it, dog. Like, still.
Straight up.
You know?
Yeah, man. And then you get back to your hometown to disaster. Then you get back to your property. You notice that, you know, your property's flooded out, roof caved in. You speak in the record that, you know, the power lines is in your granny front yard. Like, then the original shed, like you kind of mentioned earlier, the original shed was destroyed and it's over with. And I remember those images, and I'll put those images up just so people can see like what actually the shed before and after. And moving into this new space, just what was it like just having to like find, like you say, you had to find a new headquarters and just, you know what I'm saying, rebuild from pretty much start over from the slab up.
So the new studio is actually the crib where I used to live. The property is ours, is in my family. So I'm running it with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling her like we about to have to start looking for a room to rent in a building somewhere or something to get the studio moving. You know what I'm saying? Because in that little time frame, like what I think we got the studio established, this new studio established in December of last year. So from late August, or from September through November to December, you know, just looking for a space, man. It was stressful. But my mom was like, bro, why don't you just go back to the crib? You know what I'm saying? Just use, you know what I mean? It was fixed. At that point, it was fixed. You know, all our damages and shit was repaired, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. It was a breath of fresh air once we got it done. You know, before that, I was recording in crazy places. I was recording in a barbershop. I was recording at my friends' houses. Like Ida was by my partner Cortland house. Cortland is also he's on the album as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
we coming up.
Yeah, I did that joint by him, and it was just kind of bizarre for me to kind of put my process in somebody else's hands, because for that I really wasn't the only person that I trusted with recording me was Buck Versetti. And that was like 2019. Before that, it was all me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew how I liked the sound, so I was only comfortable with myself. So it was a lot of changes, man, for sure, for sure. And like I said, all that tie into getting this new location.
There it
But
is.
yeah, bro. I'm glad it's here for sure.
And also, you mentioned that it was a. I should have wrote it down for this song, but I believe it was in this song where you considered actually like just like hanging the mic up altogether. Like, what am I right? Was that it? Was that in this record as well?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and so was it just
bro,
like you just wanted to just separate from music altogether, like, or you didn't want to record, or you didn't want to produce, or you just was like going to go cold turkey?
I mean, it's just kind of going through something like that, bro. It kind of knocked the spirit out you. You know what I'm saying? Especially, not only did I lose my home, I lost my job, and I lost my studio. You know what I'm saying? It was like all in one lick. So that's like that'll make you sour. I was sour for sure. I was very vindictive. I was very angry. I was very like, man, ain't no telling what I would do to a looter if I would have saw one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my mind was. That's what my mind was for sure. So nah, bro, music really wasn't on the forefront. I had thoughts of living in Shreveport. Like just staying out there. Yeah, man, just hearing everything that I hear and seeing everything that I saw, man, just having to
Never want to go
restart,
through
bro.
stuff.
And
Yeah,
that shit
never
sucked.
never want to even go through that. Like,
Yeah, right. So I wouldn't even worry about no music. You know what I'm saying?
Also up in this as well, do you feel like the storm as well? Well, there's an interlude. Well, there's kind of like an interlude on the back end where you were saying that you felt played about everything. And if I caught the voice correct, that might have been Bez. That was like, nah, you back. Nah, like you back. Like you.
Nah, that was Cortland actually.
And that was that like
because I was at his, I was in his studio.
Yeah, and was that like the jump start that you needed to like?
I'm sorry, bro. You get right.
Oh, my bad. Was that like the jump start that you needed?
No, that
again.
That was more like that was me kind of making up my mind. Not even making up my mind. I wanted to I knew I didn't want to quit music. I thought about it, but I knew I couldn't just up and quit. So that was more like me letting myself know that I'm ready. You know what I mean? That song is like itself was really like just me venting.
Yeah.
Like I put it out, but I really didn't have intention of putting it on the album.
It fit though. It definitely fits.
I just was gonna put it out just to kind of, yeah, right. And I only put it on there just kind of to raise awareness about what was going on over here. Because like I said in the song, like we got smacked and niggas was worrying about New Orleans. Like niggas was on watch for New Orleans. And you know what I'm saying? And I know they got affected. Some people got some flooding, but it was not Katrina. If you want to compare the Hurricane Katrina to anything, you would compare it to Homer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we really got smacked. Like, and you know what's crazy, bro? Reese Witherspoon just shot a movie in Homer last year, like before Ida. Like they had redid downtown and made it look like it was in the 50s and all that, right? Bro, that movie is like the last time Homer was caught on camera before the storm.
Wow.
Like as a whole and like
it looked like the 50s. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not even like the 50s, but just like no buildings fucked up. You know what I mean? You could just tell. Like that's what I mean. Like that was the last little video footage of the city of Homer being untouched.
Wow.
And then a couple months after that, because that was in the summertime. So like a month or two after that, we got smacked by the storm.
And that's
very crazy, bro.
That's another thing people don't understand. Like, we love New Orleans, we respect New Orleans, we love that, we respect that. You know what I'm saying? No shade at all. But the backbone of the state is the smaller towns, the Homers, the Thibodeaux, the Alexandria. You know what I'm saying? The Jennings, the Karen Crows. You know what I'm saying? All these other places that actually carry the culture of the state makes those
right
the bigger markets. The you know what I'm saying? What they are. So. And that's definitely how I be looking at it too. It's like people are so glued to, oh, we gotta pray for New Orleans. Nah, we pray for them too. You know what I'm saying? We send help for them too, but it's the small places.
That wasn't I was about to say, at that particular time, that wasn't the disaster area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was not the disaster area. That's like Lake Charles. Lake Charles got smacked by the hurricane, man. They still messed up from what I heard. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't no major coverage because that's not a major city. You know what I mean?
Lake Charles looks like a complete ghost town whenever I roll through there. Like, you know what I'm saying, from H-Town back up to the A where I'm at. Like, I've never seen Lake Charles like this. Like that. Like it's blue tarps over
everywhere, bro. You go over that bridge, that's all you see.
The Capital One building. The Capital One building is a staple in that city. Right before you get to the bridge, the Capital One, for those that don't know, is this giant. It might be, I don't know. It might be a 30 floor, maybe a 50 floor building, complete glass. You roll through there now, you can see like how the wind just like smacked that building and like glass busted in. It's boarded up. It don't look the same. It was a barge. Some people that are familiar with barges, you know what I'm saying? Those are some like boats that carry heavy equipment, stuff like that. That I believe they even have like a little mini casino boat. One of the barges got loose and it got jammed underneath the bridge. And if you know how tall up that bridge is in Lake Charles, for a barge to be jammed right there, craziness. Absolute craziness.
Yeah, for real though. For real, bro. Man, like you said, bro, the power line in my yard, dog, like the shit was like dangling like by the wire. Like it ain't even fully fogged. Like that's not some shit you see every day. You know what I mean? We don't know if the line was live still or not. So it's like I couldn't even really pull up in my yard when I first got there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was before I even seen the inside of the crib.
See?
So it's like, man, it's different, bro. It was just, man, I'll tell you this, man, 'cause I don't want to get too dark. But just riding back in the Homer off the road, like after coming down from Shreveport, you know, we 4 hours on the road, just can't wait to get home. And it's like, bro, you knew when you was in Homer, because like from the city limits, like the green signs that tell you how many miles to each exit, that shit on the ground. Like if it start off fucked up. And it's like as you go down, it just get worse and worse. You start passing up buildings that you done grew up seeing your whole life. You might not even have gone to them buildings, but just buildings passing, just driving in Homer, you see them buildings gone or destroyed, toppled over. It's crazy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, roofs ripped off.
One lane of traffic, like power lines in the road and shit, bro. It was some other shit, man. Catching flats because everybody got nails in the road. Like my pops.
God. I didn't even think about that.
Dog. Real talk, bro. Man, my dad stayed for the storm, bro, for his job. And he man said he really caught a flat like 8 times.
God,
like in the first 2 weeks. Like just buku nails, bro, debris in the road. Like real talk.
Do you feel like the storm brought you closer to God?
Yeah, for sure. Cause I was mad at God. I was mad at God at first. I was mad at God because I had made the week before the storm hit, bro. We had a meeting in the shed about how shit was going slow. Matter of fact,
you said
the project that I dropped last December.
You felt like the squad was getting complacent.
So the last project I dropped in December, those skits in there was from that meeting, right? And that cover was taken, like the cover to the project was before the meeting happened. Like all that was like the last time the shed was really the shed, right? So it's just I just found it really crazy, or really it was ironic that we had just had a meeting about how we was getting complacent and how we need to, you know what I'm saying? We can't fall short to what we working for. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure we maintain. So we talking about this, bro, and a week later, a storm destroyed the headquarters. Like now all of us on the label, we all over the country. T-Steez and goddamn Seattle. You know what I'm saying? And like we all, you know what I mean? We all over this bitch. So it was just
yeah, bro. From one end to another. God damn. Yeah,
right. Wasn't L by you? Or like wasn't?
Yeah, L came out to H-Town. L his pretty much his entire family. B-Mac was at my crib for I don't know. B-Mac was at the crib for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Just like we are all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, dog. I was angry. I was angry at first. I'm like, man, you know, why would you do this? You see that we trying. You know what I'm saying? You see we doing this the right way. Why would you take what we work for? We had just got new shit to put in the shed. Like all kinds of stuff, bro. I'm questioning. I'm in question for a lot of things, you know what I mean? And dog, just having a couple of conversations, you know what I mean, with my woman and with people that I love. Just like, man, that's because you won't be in control of everything. Like, you know, and that's true. I used to only rely on my hands and on my wits to get the job done. Never relied on my faith that much. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the job got done with just my hands on my mind, but that shit always took a toll on me. And I feel like that was because I wasn't believing in God or in a higher power. Not to say I didn't believe in them before, but my connection wasn't as strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm no help. Yeah. I'm out here. I don't need no help. I don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm driving in.
God not a person, but you do. You know what I mean? It don't even matter. I'm out here. I'm an army of one.
Yeah.
So, you know, that kind of made me stray away from my faith in so many words. Yeah. And Hurricane Ida was the first time in a long time that I felt completely helpless. That I couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So I really felt like I had no choice but to give it up to God.
And then just to kind of transition out of that, out of the next song up is Dreamers featuring LC, now known as Luke Julian. Just talk about that record, and of course you both of y'all partners in rhyme, if you ask me. So just tell me about
partners in rhyme. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And just so like how did that record come about? That record sounds like nothing else on this album at all, from your tones, how it's recorded, the voices that are on there. So just speak about how that record was formed there.
I originally wanted L to be on Act Like You Know.
Yeah.
But I'm impatient. He was busy and I'm impatient. So I got my.
And he doesn't read no text message. He doesn't read any text message.
Man,
it's not just you. I promise it's not just you.
That's what I mean, bro. And look, I ain't gonna start on it. I ain't gonna get started on it. But I will say that it worked out perfectly because coming across that sample from crate digging, I felt like that was a way better fit for him. Like it was more fluid, you know what I mean? Like just I don't know. It'd be songs. There's some songs where you gotta rap like in a box, like kind of fitting how the verse is, And then there's other times where you could just kind of be like water. You know what I mean? So I felt like that beat was one of them situations. Passed it to my man, and he did his thing. The way that the vocals and all that sound on there, we recorded it in two different. We recorded our verses in two different places. L tried to come out here, but his schedule was just it was a little jam packed, so he couldn't come out here, being at the studio was based at home. So he couldn't make it out here, so he recorded it at his spot. And I'm sitting here on the computer trying to match the quality between my verse and his verse. And I kind of got the idea to make it, a little rugged. I don't know, it just fit like the feel of the song. And yeah, man, as far as the subject matter, like I said, we recorded the verses at two different places. We usually, when we do record together, we'll go over our verses together, polish here, you know what I'm saying? Because we challenge each other like that.
Yeah.
But we had no idea what, you know what I'm saying, what the other was talking about on the song. So it lined up as perfect as it did already. And in my verse, I'm talking about a situation that I had earlier this year with the police. The police had came to my house, or they didn't come to my house looking for me. But I was outside of my crib, right? My new house. You know what I'm saying? Where I live now. Getting something out my whip. And the police task force, they pull up on me. Yeah, saying that I look suspicious, even though I had my license on me, had my insurance, you know what I'm saying, my registration, is my keys to my vehicle, you know what I mean? It's all on me, but they still can't fuck with me. They pulled up on me. There was 3 deep, made me get out, interlock my hands. 2 of them pat me down while the third one going through my truck. And they told me it was because I look suspicious in a suspicious neighborhood.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was their reasoning for doing all that. You know what I mean? Let's talk it up.
You look like you don't belong.
You know what I'm saying? There was 3 white dudes, and I'll leave it at that. One of the dudes told me that he could tell I'm nervous and it's making him nervous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's the trained professional. Strange. Like, he shouldn't be nervous about nothing. Like, that's
a little strange. And also like that's a little intrusive for you to be telling me how I'm feeling. The whole time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping at all. It's 3-1. So I'm not really in a position to trip. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what they want me to do. I'm being compliant and all that other shit. So he telling me that kind of like almost out of nowhere. You know what I mean? That was a little alarming. My girl outside got them on camera and shit, and they mocking her. All kind of shit, bro. All kind of shit, dog. But right. And I got the incident on camera, but I don't know. I'm a little bit more private when it comes to my personal life, so that wouldn't be something that I'd be quick to post on social media. If I'm gonna talk about it publicly, I'm gonna talk about it on the song. So that was like my first time actually getting that story out. Cause people that I care about heard it, you know what I mean? But as far as me openly speaking about it, that was my first time on that song.
I've kind of
the song is
No, go ahead.
No, but I was just saying the song is different on a couple levels. Bro, you mind pausing it? My girl calling me.
Yeah. And I do understand what you mean whenever you say like you want to keep certain things private. You know what I mean? Because that's not really like a lot of people's information. But it's not for them to necessarily know. And people are weird. Like you said, like your lady was recording what was going down, and I'm like that too. Like I don't like posting certain things like where I'm at, where I live,
Right, exactly, right.
And stuff like that. Because people was weird. People was weird.
Yeah, dog, and man, it's just the times that we live, man, bro. Like you gotta make sure this world, bro, that we live in today is so look at me. You know what I mean? This is what I got going on. This is, hey, look over here. There's so much of that shit going on that I feel like there's not a lot of privacy. Like, I mean, you got people fucking, people that blog, niggas that wake up out the bed and turn their camera on. Like, like it's like that now. Like there's no privacy, bro. And as an artist, dog, like, yes, I love music. It's my life, but this is my career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still would like to have that separation between my personal life and my career. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, it's cool if my career bleed into my personal life because I can use that to my advantage. But not if my personal life bleeds into my career. That can hinder me. You know what I mean? Like, I get too personal, and now it's like, now people got ammo. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's not, as a brand, like, there's certain things that you don't do when you have a brand. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that line kind of separates for sure.
Absolutely. I've been in a similar situation like that with the police. I'll make this as short as possible. Me, my partner, and his mom's, we was on I-10. We was sliding from the flats to the city, to New Orleans, and it was a law. I'm not sure if this is a law that's still in place because I'm kind of out of the loop in Louisiana laws because I've been living in Texas for a minute. But I was in the left lane. I was getting off the Chapel Bridge. I was getting right back on the ground right before you get to Lobdell, right before you get to BR.
Right.
And I was in the left lane, and I seen the officer. You know how the officers, they hide in the tuck. And I seen him the whole way. We weren't doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's family. Like,
right.
These are my people. So he said, he pulled me up. He hit the lights on me. He pulled me up. He was like, yo, like, why I stopped you? I'm like, nah. Like, he was like, well, you kind of swerved to your left a little bit whenever I got behind you. I was like, and he was like, well, you're not supposed to, like, ride in the left lane unless you're passing somebody. I was like, okay, well, my apologies. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, do you mind, where y'all going, all that kind of stuff. Tell me why it's him by himself. Then he was like, you mind if I search the vehicle? I was like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It ain't shit going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, but go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. It's him. He called another squad car. That squad car got a dog. That squad car calls another car because that car got a dog. So it's 4 white officers, 1 black officer, all them searching my old whip I used to have. They tell us to go stand all the way in the back by the middle police car. That's them.
Right.
They only put that 1 black officer back there with us.
Of course.
And they search, you know what I'm saying? Like, they searching the whip and everything. Like, I'm talking about, they underneath my hood. They pulling they checking my oil levels. They trying to see, like, I'm stashing something up in there. And it's like, my word is my word. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no reason to lie to nobody about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'll leave it at that. But it's a stigma, you know what I'm saying? And the type of whip I'm driving and the age I am and the color of our skin, you know what I'm saying? And
definitely, bro.
He or she is too clean to not have some type of dirt.
Yeah, bro. It's just, I don't know, call it coincidence, man, but it usually seems to happen to people that look like you and me.
Absolutely.
You know? And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, straight up. And then we're gonna transition into we just got a couple more records here, then we got quick hits on the back end of this. The next record up that I like is The One featuring Cortland. And I think this is personally, like, how this record sounds. It's a video coming for this, right? Like, it's a video for this song, right?
So, man.
Yeah, so whenever everybody kind of got back together, it sounds like this was one of those records that was recorded when everybody is in one space, you and Cortland. tell me about that record and how this one all came out, because the one and Living Legend, it's they kind of like two in the same. It sounded like those were like part of the same session, or
man, so the one the beat was made by T Steez, my dog Stizzle. He man, everybody busy and they on right now, and it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? But in times it means that we go long periods of time without being around each other. We talk all the time, we text all the time. He always sending me beats, but it had been a while before, like since me and him had sat down and created something together. You know what I'm saying? Like before that, it was like months. Like I think, yeah, man, it was months. But that was one of them ones, bro, that he made, and it was just like perfect. You know what I'm saying? We got this little pocket that we get in, bro. We'll make like 6 beats in a sitting, and all of them go on the computer. None of them might not be used. Like we might not use them, or he might like sell them to somebody, something like that. But it always be that one beat that be like, nah, don't nobody touch it. Just me. This is all me. You know what I'm saying? That was one of them ones, man. And the vibe I really couldn't, like, vibe of the song, I couldn't really picture talking about anything else but like some smooth, I won't say player shit, but just like, you know, I guess some smooth talking, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just talk about I could take you from your man, or you know what I mean? This is why you want me, this is why I want you. That's kind of like textbook, if you will, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that nowadays. That's kind of like the go-to when you talk about a song that has something to do with intimacy. So I kind of wanted to make it more realistic by talking about how I'm too busy to creep up nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like if I do make the time, then that's what it is. But I can't. I got too much going on to go out my way for it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what the song is nowadays. And in a way, I guess that's showing growth. Like, you know, I made songs in the past couple of years where I am talking about being with a woman in that sense. Like we gonna make some shake. I'm gonna make some time for you. But like now, I'm a little busy for that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm around, if I'm in your area, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can line something up for sure. Mm-hmm. But if you know, if not, then it is what it is. You know what I mean?
And the last 30, 45 seconds of that song, it's a whole nother record that's back there. I need that.
Yeah, no, I got you, bro. I got you. Like I was telling you off air, man. I made that song 2 years ago, and I started on it and lost the file. But I recorded it on my phone because that's what I do when I start a song that I don't finish in one setting. I record it so I could listen to it on my phone to kind of like critique myself. If I got to go back and change something about the verse, say a different word or something like that. So I had it on my phone for 2 years, and in the mixing process and the mastering process of the album, I'm going through my phone looking for skits that I record. And came across that joint, and I always wanted to do something like that. I don't think I ever did anything like that where, you know, artists put a teaser record on the front end or on the back end of a song of the main record. I never did that before, so I guess that was my introduction to doing something like that.
There you go. And then also wrapping up here, as far as the album here, there's another record, but then in particular another one that I really like is Living Legend. It's another self-produced record, and I fuck with this record truly because it's like you gotta let motherfuckers know how you see yourself, and whenever you say that, that invites a lot of other things. Like that initially invites hate. How do you block out what's all the, like how you filter like the negative shit and let the good shit in, and you know what I'm saying, just keep believing in self?
Man, my attitude always was, if you feel like you could do better, than prove it. Because why else are you complaining about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hate is one thing. In the beginning of my career, bro, when I first started taking this shit serious, I was in a barbershop, and me letting people know. One dude was like, "Man, I don't know. Everybody want to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to rap." And he also said that because everybody want to rap, not everybody gonna want to listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what you got to say, because everybody else doing what you do. But I'm like, man, think they got what, 7 billion people in the world, 8 billion people, something like that, you know, or in part of the world. It's probably more than that. I don't know. But I know somebody gonna like my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's out there for somebody. You know what I mean? So shit like that don't stop me, bro. Like I said, if people feel like, if you feel like I'm not a living legend, listening to it, and you feel like you know what that is, go find better or be better.
There you
go. You know what I mean? And you know, don't forget to thank me. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Because I mean, if not, you know, I'm also, of course, I'm welcome to positive feedback on the music. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also in the real world where not everybody going fuck with it.
Absolutely.
And like I said, bro, you don't like it, cool. Do better.
Yeah.
And if you can't, shut up. Listen to the music or turn it. You know what I'm saying? Put on another album.
That's it.
I got 6 of them.
Yeah, I got 6 of them in the tuck for you. You know what I'm saying? You bound to like something from one of these projects. No matter if it's, oh, I like early Jalen, or I like Jalen in the middle, or I like.
They got something. Whatever. Man, like I said, man, if you don't like it, either do better or do nothing.
That's it. That's a fact. So back here on the back end of the show, what I call quick hits now. You got 7 featured records on here. Mm-hmm. What is that process like whenever you're sitting there and you're picking like who I'll do one on this? And have you ever had to go back and be like, nah, you could do better, like send me another verse?
I never had to do that. But I think it's because of who I think about whenever firstly, I don't really engage with a lot of artists outside of, like, I got the camp, I got the label, and then there's a couple of people outside of that, you know what I mean? But it's not a lot of people. Yeah. So a lot of these people that's on here I've made music with before. I done did some kind of business dealing with before, you know what I'm saying? Like Hendrix. I think I did a song with Hendrix for one of his projects. Actually, I'm tripping. I did last year. And I don't even think that was our first time on the track together. But that was like the first time, like, as I guess both professionals, that we did something, like, especially him, because he was manager before the artist role that he's playing now. So like we did that song, and you know, just return the favor. I heard that and I automatically thought of him. I guess because we was just on a similar tip. But I did music. Oh shit! I was about to say a feature on there that you ain't saying, so I ain't gonna say it. But I did music with Vest. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know exactly which one you're talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah, right. I did music with Vest. I did music with L. Done music with Christian. I've done music with Cortland. So you know what I mean? I guess hearing a similar vibe, like I could see something on here. You know what I mean? It don't really be that hard to pick. I don't have a lot of people to pick from, you know? But that's the most features that I've had on the project to date.
Yeah, that's something that I kind of picked out. I was like, I mean, especially with it being 12 records, 7 features, but I mean, all of them, they fit. You know what I mean? All of them fit. I feel like nobody half-stepped at all. And knowing you like I do know you, you wouldn't have even cleared it. You know what I mean? Like
exactly, yeah.
If so. Also here, just kind of talk to the people about, and I feel like we discussed this before, but a lot of people, they're going through issues with they're just going through issues with like their masters and their record labels, and just issues, and people can't release music like they want to, or they can't get out of deals. So just talk to the folks about the importance of like the relationships with the distribution outlets, like United Masters and DistroKid, and just things of that nature, and how the streaming services play into those relationships.
So when you want to talk about, I'll start with distribution. So nowadays, I mean, the best route is to like rely on yourself when it comes to distribution. You do independent distribution companies like, you know, United Masters, DistroKid, TuneCore, SoundCloud. They offer that. You know what I mean? They offer that service now to where you could get your music on Apple Music and all the other stuff. But if it's always good to be responsible for your own music. And if you do find yourself in a deal, whether it be a 360 or a distribution, you know what I mean? Make sure that if you are dealing with a middleman, make sure that the middleman is concerned about you. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're just not a number in the machine.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I would say first. Make sure that if you putting your career in the hands of a company that you can't directly put your input in on, just make sure that you're being well taken care of. And if not, then you better off betting on yourself for sure. But in my experience, and I've never been in no 360 deal. I was in the distribution deal, and I've, you know, been independent. But I could say that though the money is good in a deal, the money is straight. There's a lot of shit that you yourself, you have to be up on, or these people gonna pull the wool over your eyes. Easy. Loopholes, bro, and just percentage. You got to be like familiar with percentages, like how much of your pie should they be getting a slice out of? You know what I'm saying? Like just like little shit like that, and they not gonna tell you because they gotta get their money too. So they're not gonna tell you, oh man, just they're not gonna tell you how, let's say, my percentage, let's say you distribute music, right?
Yeah.
And you come to me to distribute the music. I'm only supposed to be taking up to 25% if you let me. In reality, 15% of your profit coming to me because I'm distributing, right? But let's say you unexperienced. You know what I'm saying? Let's say all you know is I'm recording and putting it out. You don't know the logistics. So I could easily be like, yeah, bro, I can't put this out unless I get 50%. And you thinking, oh, that's even. That's right down the middle. That's fair. That's a fair thing. You know what I'm saying? Now,
you over the head.
You know what I mean? You writing your music. You the one writing your music. You might be the one making your beats. You recording this all out of your dime. You paying for all of this shit. All I'm doing is putting your music out. Why should I get 50%? What am I doing? Because granted, you could do this yourself. It's not like I'm the only distributor out here. You could do this yourself, or you can go to somebody else. You don't need me at all. But knowing that, but you don't know that you don't need me. So I'm gonna make you feel like you do. Yep. And I'm gonna tell you things like that you gotta give me 50% and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta look out for stuff like that, man. That's why I say you gotta be educated for sure if you're gonna put your career in somebody else's hands, man. Absolutely. But being independent it might take longer, bro, but it's worth it.
It's way worth it. You know what I'm saying? And you save yourself on the back end from a lot of things that
a lot of headaches.
Oh yeah, a lot of headaches and a lot of stress, and you don't have to deal with even possibly even changing your stage name. You know what I mean? And
right,
because I've seen some instances like that.
I just found out through somebody, man, that you don't, when you in a deal, dog, you in like I'm coming up quick. These people are 100% control of my career. All I'm doing is making music. When it be like that, bro, no partnerships. Like these people can't even write about what they want to write about.
Wow.
They have predetermined beats. They have predetermined lyrics or subjects. If they are writing their own music, it's predetermined subject that you got to write your songs about at this predetermined location for in a predetermined amount of time that you got to get it done in. It's all thought out for you already. And I guess that might work out for the people that want to streamline to the top, like I was saying earlier. It might work out for them TikTok niggas. It might work out for them situations like that. You might not mind that. But for somebody that wants to have longevity in their career, bro, that's not the route you want to take. Because you only gonna do so much before they find another young, round, bright face to do that shit for them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody more popping than you, somebody more attractive than you.
Somebody that's gonna take the bait.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's more susceptible to doing some bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's really like that, bro. It's really like that for real.
Yeah. And then I wanted to save this here for the back end of the show. And when we spoke about your show, your birthday show at the Intercoastal.
Yeah.
Angela Yee ended up being at the show. And
no, she didn't.
She didn't. She wasn't there. She was just there. Like,
no, I met her the day after the show.
Okay, and there was another gentleman that was there, like at the show, but I think he might have been with Yee. Like, I'm not too sure. I may be getting that wrong. But in the midst of that conversation with Angela Yee, like, is there anything that you can just kind of like share, like any game or any just kind of like tips or advice, anything that was just shared there? And if not, you can just say I can't share, and we good.
man, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. That was more of me, man. I was really chilling with her. Like, it really wasn't no business being talked.
Okay.
For real. I did get game from people that were surrounding her. And not to say that she didn't have game to give, but like, bro, it's crazy, son. I don't know how I got in that situation. Like, I know how I got in that situation, but as far as how deep, like, nigga was really walking around New Orleans in her entourage. Like, she don't know me from a can of paint.
Yeah.
And I guess that's just how it be. But like, nigga was really, man, we walked around the first quarter with her and ended up chilling in this restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, us and a couple of other people. One of the people I can say that was there was D-Lo from Monster Beats.
Mm-hmm.
That produced for Currency.
Yep.
Here and there. You know what I'm saying? I met him, and I did talk to him. He gave me some game, just about consistency. Pretty much, I don't want to say stuff I already heard, but kind of like concreting what I already knew. You know what I mean? But nah, she was cool as fuck. She was cool. She was cool as shit. To say that we wasn't talking about no business, she was just a cool person to be around. And I will say this whole time that I wasn't down her neck, of course.
Right.
I wasn't like on her job. But the times that me and her did speak directly to each other, I was telling her shit like, I'm the best rapper you're gonna ever hear in your life.
You've always said
like,
that.
I was just like, yeah, I'm like, nah, you gonna remember me for sure. Then like the picture I took with her, when we took the picture, I was like, I hope I'm not imposing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you on the move. She was like, nah, this is the most important picture that I've taken this year, right? I was like, yeah, nah, you got it. You're right. You are right.
It is, and so
but yeah, nah, dog. She like I said, she a cool person for sure, and down to earth.
It is, and so we got the release date. The release date is November 7th. Yeah.
The release date is November.
November. Okay, we go chalk it up to November. The album Jalen versus Everybody will drop in November of this year. And so just before we just wrap up, what's next for yourself, and what's next for No Help Records?
Man, the immediate thing that's next, bro, we getting the music festival together in Houma.
Come on.
I was trying to, see, when I said earlier about the air base,
yeah,
I almost slipped up and said it, but I wanted to save that for the end. But that's why I was there, man, just location scouting. But that is set to be held in August 6th. My girl, she want to call it the No Help Summer Event.
Huh?
I've been calling that bitch Shed Fest. I think Shed Fest is dope.
I like Shed Fest.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm running with, against her better judgment. But that's okay. Bro, Shed Fest is gonna be vendors, a networking opportunity for creative, but I'm also trying to create a platform for artists, man. In my city, dog, they have a lot of festivals. Houma is a very festival-oriented town, but if you want to keep it a buck, it feels very segregated. Because they'll have some shit go downtown, and don't nobody know, bro. It almost be like these people have like a secret group message, but like you could tell, it's official because it should be barricaded. There's all kind of attractions and shit like that, but there's only one kind of crowd that typically go there. You know what I'm saying? That's all you see. And like I said, bro, I used to work in a barbershop down the street from downtown where all this shit be held at. And people will pull up in the barbershop and ask us to move our cars off the street because they about to close the block down for this festival. We've been here all damn week. Ain't seen not one flyer. Ain't seen not nothing on the internet. Like, when were we supposed to know about this?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Aside from 2 hours before this shit started. See. So with that being said, bro, they ain't got a lot of shit for us. If you know what I'm saying, you catch my drift.
No, I'm
Don't be a lot of shit for us, man. That ain't a barbecue or a splash or some shit. Ain't no music festival. You know what I'm saying? There is a Juice Fest out here, but Juice Fest it'd be more catered to R&B artists. Yeah. If any performers are gonna be a part of it. So I want to do some more hip hop oriented. You know what I mean? And Houma is teeming with talent, bro. It's like really crazy. I mean, shit, the Tri-Paris area in general, and New Orleans, and BR, and Lafayette. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. Shreveport is talent everywhere, bro. But in Houma, Louisiana, dog, there's no platform. Yeah. So we try as a label, man, and we also teaming up with different brands, Category 5, Conform, Vibers Only. We all kind of came to the agreement, man, that there's no platform like that in this region. You know what I'm saying? For up and coming artists. So we about to start some shit.
Just before we go ahead and just wrap up there, tell me about the shirt. Tell me about the shirt that you got on right there.
Free-ish since 1865, man. It's a Juneteenth shirt by my partner, Rashad Rainey. He has the brand Grind Daily out of Houma, Louisiana. He's the guy that prints our shirts for our line, our retail line, which you can find on nohelprecords.com. You know what I mean? All the new merch. You can get you some stickers, all kind of cool shit, man. Music videos, all kind of cool shit on nohelprecords.com, man.
Nohelprecords.com, and also tell the people where they can also find you on like YouTube and like your social media and all that good stuff.
Jalen Quinn. JALEN QUINN. My shit ain't got no Y's, it ain't got no I's, and it's 2 N's on the back end, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because people, they got so many different ways to spell that name, my brother. But just to clarify for our valued listeners, it's JALEN QUINN, and on the socials, put an underscore in front of it. And you got me.
That's a fact. And like the late great Nipsey Hussle says, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Like Kobe says, the job's not finished. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain, the general, Jalen Quinn. Everybody,
Yes, sir.
thank you, Jalen.